Our final playoff qualifying match set to go here. Team France and Team Sweden. Result seems fairly evident coming into this one. Winner of this game will face off against Canada in the quarterfinals. But we've seen upsets already in this tournament. And Team France will be looking to pick up what would be the biggest of the tournament so far if they are able to knock off the 5th seed Swedish team. France coming in, of course, as 12th and final seed after losing all 3 of their games in the round robin to Canada, US, and Germany, put in that difficult position in that group, and in our tournament here replacing Team China since they weren't in the game. They started off with the victory, of course, against Norway to qualify for the tournament, but it's been all downhill for France since. But all it takes is one now that we're in the playoffs, and they'll see if they can knock off the high-powered Swedish team for Sweden. Of course, they got to take care of business and not take France lightly, make their way into the quarterfinals, but also looking to fine-tune their game so far. They've had a decent round robin, but the stumbling block, letting a Latvian team force them to overtime and then the shootout loss to Finland, has them in this position of being the 5th seed rather than up near the top where they were expecting to be, having a bye in the quarterfinal to get to the quarterfinal. But they'll have to go through France to secure their spot, so without any further rambling from me, we'll get ready to go. Quarter-final qualifying match set to go here. France and Sweden. Both teams looking to advance to the quarterfinal through this qualifier. Robin Lehner gets the start once again for Sweden. A .930 save percentage coming into this one. Sebastian Jalonen in the opposite net for Finland. He's faced the most shots in the tournament. Face-off is dropped, and away we go here for this playoff qualifying match. Good play from France just inside their blue line, able to force an early turnover. Antoine Roussel with the puck. Plays it up ice now to Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Bellemare shoots it on the net. Leonard gloves that and hangs on. First shot of the game comes from France. Mika Zibanejad. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare in the straw. Bellemare wins it. Playing it back to the point of V2. Van Avian. In for Antoine Roussel. Back now to Texier. Texier forced up against the board. Double team there, and it's played back by John Klingberg for Sweden. Up and away they come. It's Philip Forsberg now for Sweden. Forsberg tried to make a play in, but it's broken up in front. And France will come back the other way. Alexandre Texier. To Antoine Roussel. Roussel with a shot that's blocked right in front of him. He's the first one on it, though, in the corner. Roussel to Beltran. Back to Roussel. That is poked off of his stick. And picked up now Elias Pettersson. Klingberg jumping up into the rush. He'll carry it in for Sweden. Klingberg across to Arvidsson off the bench. He's played back by Ovitu with a good defensive play. Perret on it now for France. He'll carry it in. Can't get around William Nylander as Lindholm comes back to help. That's Elias Lindholm for Sweden. As Arvidsson going to the net, plays it back for Nylander. Arvidsson shoots and scores! Victor Arvidsson cashes in on the one-timer, and Sweden has the game's first goal. A great play from this line of forwards coming in. It's Lindholm to Nylander. And Nylander knew he had Arvidsson open at the other side. Diving Jalonen Tried to come across, but couldn't get there. A quick one-timer off the Nylander pass. Victor Arvidsson put Sweden on the board. Arvidsson's second goal of the tournament is an early one here to give Sweden the lead. Hampus Lindholm did work just outside his blue line. Nylander coming up ice with the puck again. He's taken to the corner by two French players, but gets in behind there. Batron was knocked down, and Nylander picks it up along the boards. He's poked back. Perez the first one on it. He kicks it back behind his net to Maran. Maran back there with Elias Lindholm. Lindholm forces the turnover and gets a chance in tight. Ylonen had to be careful there with the turnover right in front of him. A good save, though. He gets a freeze. Elliot Belfond. Nicholas Backstrom on this draw. Belfond wins it for France. Back in the corner. Backstrom putting the pressure on and steals the puck. Tried to send it back to the point, but it missed everybody. And will come all the way back to Leonard behind his net. He leaves it there. Nobody can decide who wants it. Lindholm and Burakovsky get confused there, but Lindholm ends up going back for it. As Sweden tries to come up ice, Landeskog spots Burakovsky. Andre Burakovsky sends it in front of Chance. Doesn't get to the net. Burakovsky, another chance. This one does get on. And knocked away by the goaltender, Ylonen. Action for it in the corner. Sends it out front. Lindholm, Ekholm. Now Landeskog takes the shot. Blocked. Rebounds in front. Burakovsky with a chance. Good save. And Ylonen, reaching back, hangs on. Coming into this game, Sebastian Ylonen has made 121 saves, the most in the tournament. Ahead of Latvia's Elvis Merzlikins before his last game. Those two are the only two above 100 saves coming into this playoff qualifying scenario. Eriksson Ek digs that puck out on the rebound. He'll try to look for it. It comes out to the line, and it does escape the zone. Erik Karlsson's on that. Eriksson Ek, Brodin, now Silfverberg. In is William Karlsson. Goes to the corner, around behind the net. Eriksson Ek. Back to William Karlsson. That was a nifty play. And Ylonen read it nicely, able to come back to that post. Or else William Karlsson would have had an open side there. Good work by the Swedes there, using the behind the net to their advantage. And it just about paid off. Continuing the story on Ylonen, only an .864 save percentage coming into this game. But as mentioned, the biggest workload of any goaltender so far is a shot, rebound, chance, scores! William Karlsson gets it now. This time on the rebound. Karlsson just about able to tuck it in before this face-off. But off it, it's a shot from the point from Jonas Brodin. Ylonen makes the first save, but Karlsson is right there. And Sweden extends their lead. Exactly what Sweden was looking to do here early. Get on the board quickly and often. Take any thoughts of an upset out of the minds of the French early on. And so far, so good for the Swedes. Up 2-0 before the first half of the first period. Trying to bring it in there with Silfverberg, but he crosses in offside. Eriksson Ek wins the draw outside the French zone. Silfverberg gets the pass. He'll carry it in. He spins back now. Plays it out in front. Stick was lifted, but Eriksson Ek got it. Eriksson Ek with a play. Takes the shot up top. Good save, Ylonen. Eriksson Ek digs it free. Back to the point, Brodin. Into Silfverberg. Silfverberg looking to the side. But picked off the Maran. Silfverberg takes it back from him. Silfverberg tries to walk out in front. It's off a French stick, and here comes Bureau coming up for France. Across center and dump it in. Up behind the net there by Jonas Brodin. His breakout pass. Spots Joel Eriksson Ek. Skating in, can't get around the defensive stick there, knocked into the corner. Madon is there, battling with Eric's neck. Sends it to an area, but Eric's neck's the first one back to it. Patterson was there in front, but he couldn't get through. Now he has it again, plays at the point for Carlson with a shot. That one sticked away. Battle in the corner, Patterson's 1-on-2. He's doing some good work in there to win it. Eric's neck comes in to help and digs it free for Sweden. Erik Karlsson at the point, and for Silfverberg a shot off a leg and trickles into the corner. Back is hit. It comes outside the zone though, and the Swedes will have to clear. Karlsson skating it in. Karlsson with room, couldn't quite get past. Good defensive play there by Madon. Johan Madon. A long pass out to Rek. Because Ivanejad able to strip him of the puck. And now Philip Forsberg in for Sweden. Forsberg winds and fires it on straight into the glove. And Yellowin will hang on. All Sweden so far, as expected. France coming out of their zone, though, off the defensive zone draw. Here they come end to end, but pushed off the puck. Coming in, it's Bozon. Bozon with a chance. That one's blockered away into the corner. Tim Bozon, a leading scorer for France. He's been one of the few bright spots for this team. Finds himself promoted from the fourth line up to the second here for this game against Sweden. And then comes Arvidsson. Arvidsson shoots it on and scores. Victor Arvidsson picks up his second. Another guy on the Cy Young track here is Victor Arvidsson. 3 points, 3 goals in the tournament. 2 of them coming here already in this one. Arvidsson some good stick work to get free. That last cut gives him a good lane to the net. Shoots it through, snipes it on Yellowin. And Sweden starting to pull away now. Giveaway just outside the Swedish blue line. Arvidsson played it up and missed everybody. Won't be an icing on it though. Heard a couple deflections in there on the way. Manavian pinned up against the boards there by Arvidsson. Kicks it free. First on his Beltran. A penalty coming to Sweden. Arvidsson held on a little too long there. He'll get a holding penalty. Perret comes in. Perret shoots it on off a leg. Kept alive by Manavian. Now behind the net, Bozon in front. Beltran shot. Good save, Leonard. And Hedman picks up the loose puck, and here comes the call. As expected, it will be holding to Victor Arvidsson. He has a defenseman, Manavian, pinned up there. Manavian kicks the puck free, and Arvidsson maybe didn't notice in time. Didn't let go of the player behind the net. That's a holding call. So now France with a chance to get on the board for the first time. They're down 3-0, but a goal here would do wonders for them. Belmar wins the draw cleanly, but to no one. William Karlsson pounces on it and sends it down. And V2 turn back, plays it up ice to Texier. Texier to Roussel. Antoine Roussel takes the shot, missed the net. Leonard came out to challenge, and it went up over top. Gardim spots the loose puck and dumps it down. Leonard certainly thought he was going to have a highlight reel save there. Came way out with the windmill and whiffed, but lucky for him, it went up over top of the net. Roussel on it, plays it for Belmar. Belmar straight in, a good chance. And Leonard, who has not been tested much in this game, all of a sudden has a couple of shots at him here with his team down a man. Leonard might have gotten a piece of that shot now that we see it again. Especially seeing how high that shot went. If it missed by a mile. I think Leonard might have got a piece of that with his glove. So the windmill, not just for show from Robin Leonard there. 52 seconds left on the French power play. Bellemare still on the ice with a face-off. One of the better players at it, and able to scrum this one. Roussel comes in. He'll get control. Goes on. Manavian plays it in and misses everyone. A dangerous pass if there would have been a French player there in the slot, but Texier was in a little deeper. Forced to regroup in their own zone now. Tim Bozon on it. Plays it up to Bellemare. Bellemare is in a 2-on-1 for me here with Texier. Back to Roussel. A shot that's blocked. Final seconds of the power play. France with their fair share of chances on it, but not able to beat Leonard. We're back to 5-on-5 now. We'll see if that gives the French any momentum. Bellemare coming straight back in. Takes the shot from a ways out. Missed it. Kept in though, Manavian. Texier tried to get a shot through. Blocked a couple of times. Gets through to Bellemare though, but he couldn't do anything with it. Silverberg shifts in the puck. 2:20 left to go in the first period. Ekholm plays it all the way across to Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad drags it in. Stops up, looks at the net. Good stick in the way, but out gets through. Forsberg gets the chance. Good stop, Ylonen. It looked like that pass was going to get knocked down, but it ended up finding its way through. He's hit hard. Stepping up there was Hampus Lindholm. Now Andre Burakovsky comes in for Sweden. As Zibanejad going to the net, Burakovsky curls in and shoots. It doesn't get through. With a good block there in front. Final minute of the first. Beltran is taken out. Zibanejad played it in. Ylonen kicks it to the side, but Landeskog the first one on it. Now Zibanejad to the net. Good save. Landeskog trying to jam that in from the side. Gutig is there to knock it behind the net. Landeskog all over. Landeskog and Gutig with the battle. Gutig throws it around behind the net, but Zibanejad chance in front for Burakovsky. Good save. With the glove there by Ylonen. That big hit in the offensive zone from Sweden, wiping out Elliot Belfort. And he is being carried to the locker room. I didn't see much of the aftermath of the hit. But you saw the French player there heading off with the help of a trainer. That might be it for Elliot Belfort on this one. Backstrom tried to swat that towards the net. It just trickles wide. The period will come to a close. Sweden doing exactly what they wanted to there in the first. Sometimes the key playing against a team that on paper looks pretty widely inferior is getting on the board quickly, taking any hope of that upset chance away from them. A lot of times when we saw it earlier in the tournament with Denmark, you get a lot of big stops from your goaltender. Maybe an unexpected goal, an unexpected lead, and all of a sudden it goes to a team's legs. Sweden has done a good job taking that away from France in this one. A 3-0 lead after one. Shots 14-6 in favor of them. Most of those shots for France coming on their lone power play, which they did develop some pretty decent chances on, but at 5-on-5, it's been all Sweden. 2 goals in the period from Victor Arvidsson. They tack on another and a 3-0 Swedish lead heading into 2. An early offside to start the second period here, 10 seconds in. Sweden wins the faceoff at a giveaway. Bellemare charging in. Got to take advantage of that turnover. Bellemare to the corner. Goes around behind the net. Plays it back to the point, Manavia. Back to Roussel. Back behind for Bellemare. Up to the point again. Now worked it in for Texier. But he's turned back on the good steal there from Elias Pettersson. In comes Sweden. Good job from the French, though, protecting their blue line. Texier's on it. Forsberg steals it. Forsberg coming in. Good stick from Manavian. Excellent poke check there to break up the Philip Forsberg chance. Manavian plays it up for Roussel. Roussel, a drop pass, nobody behind them though, and it comes all the way back to the French zone, and the leader of the race to the puck is Philip Forsberg, and he's on it. Forsberg tried to cut to the net, but couldn't get around. Manavian was chasing him down and took the angle away. A couple of good defensive plays in the game so far for him. Belmar, back to Ivitu. Ivitu charges in, good chance. And stopped and hung on to by Robin Lehner. Face off inside the Swedish zone. Beltran, Lindholm on the face off. Beltran with the win, Perret in front. Went for a shot that was largely knocked down in front, just kind of trickled to Lehner. Tried to kick it back to the point, but Arvidsson intercepts. And here comes Victor Arvidsson, 2 goals in the game already. He's on hat trick watch, with a lot of time left to go here in the game. Beltran spun back, had 2 Swedish players on him, and they forced the turnover. Lindholm, back home, now for Hampus Lindholm. In for Elias Lindholm, tried to get a shot through. It was pushed back at the last second, good defensive play there. But they steal it back though. Nylander looks, takes the shot up top. And Ylonen with a good save. Buglo wins the draw defensively, as France will look to escape their own zone here. Up to Gutig. Hit it all the way across to Claro. Claro hit down by Backstrom, and a penalty will be coming on the play. Buglo kicks it out. Hampus Lindholm's on it, and it'll be 5 minutes it looks here. 5 and likely a game. We'll see where Backstrom's heading towards the penalty box for now. Backstrom comes in with a charge, a board. Little out of column A, little out of column B for Backstrom, and yes, he is gone. Nicholas Backstrom ejected from this game. So now a 5-minute major power play for France. Before they get started here, I want to get the exact call on Backstrom. Could be a charge, could be a board. It'll be an elbowing major. A charging elbow into the boards. That's about 3 penalties in one, so a 5-minute major to Nicholas Backstrom, and all of a sudden France down 3, and they look good on their first power play. We'll get 5 minutes to work with here. It's the second unit that'll start. Right with the shot in the net. Straight into Lehner, and he hangs on. A big chance for a momentum swing in France's favor here. Nicholas Backstrom ejected. The game misconduct for elbowing. And Sweden, with a 3-0 lead, is going to have to penalty kill for at least the next 4:30 here. France forced the chase out of their own zone. They'll carry it in. Going end to end, tried for a centering pass, but Silfverberg got in the way of that. A good interception. We'll send it down. Stopped up there and didn't read the puck. It's going to be a shorthanded chance now for Silfverberg. Maybe expected that puck to bounce the opposite direction and got confused there in their own zone. Edmonds dump in. Goes all the way down. A good early start to this long penalty kill for Sweden. For France, we'll have to wait and see when they get that top unit on. They might not need it, though, as Perret with a chance. Good stop by Lehner. And a penalty coming. It'll be interference. We'll see who against. It'll be against Sweden. And now, with Jonas Brodin, one of their top penalty-killing defensemen, to the box, it'll be a full 2-minute 5-on-3 now for France. And now we see that top unit on. Belmar, Roussel, Texier, Manavian, and Bozon. They looked good on the first French power play. Couldn't get a goal, though, but We'll see what they can do here with a full 2-minute 5-on-3. Roussel's one-time chance in front. Handled by Lehner. A difficult spot here for Robin Lehner. Has not had all that many pucks at him in this game, and now all of a sudden he's being asked to goaltend against a full 2-minute 5-on-3. And even if that goes well, there's still going to be time on the clock and the major penalty. Roussel in front, chance off the post, it's in behind, he reaches back, and Lehner keeps it out. How's that for warming you up? Roussel's shot beats Lehner, hits the post, it hits off the back of him, and he has to reach back and pull it off the goal line. Best chance of the game for France. And Lehner, with a little luck, able to keep it out. Manavian skates in with a shot, good save. Puck is still loose, Manavian's on it, plays it to Belvar, gets it through, and didn't get much on that. He had two Swedish players right in front of him, able to knock it down. No shortage of chances on the 5-on-3 here for France, and time ticking off the clock slowly with every freeze. Good defensive zone draw, one there by Elias Lindholm, and that'll get the clear. Goes on the first one back for it. Starts out from behind his own net. Just over a minute left to go, a 5-on-3. Plays it up to Roussel. Roussel charging in, looks for Texier, through and he scores! Alexandre Texier, a bit of a lucky bounce there. It seemed to get knocked off his stick off the pass, and Lehner lost sight of it. And no matter how it goes in, France won't complain. Alexandre Texier gets a goal on the 5-on-3. Here's the pass from Roussel. Texier checked by Victor Hedman in front. He lost control of the puck. And it just goes right through. See that crowd of bodies in front. Lehner never quite got sight of it. Sweden will call it luck. I think Texier might call it a changeup. Either way, it beats Robin Lehner. And now with 2:15 left on the Nicklas Backstrom Major, still some power play time to work with for France. They have their first goal. Hedman's shot was blocked. They try to respond shorthanded there. Ozon's taken to the boards by William Karlsson. Elias Lindholm comes in to dig it out. Back in front now for Karlsson, a shot knocked away. Sweden pressing here. Now that 5-on-4 is back, giveaway, Karlsson chance, good save. Here comes the goal scorer, Texier. Roussel shot on, saved, and Lehner hangs on to the rebound. The big line for France, Bellemare, Texier, and Roussel. That goal there is their first of the tournament so far. And it comes on the power play. For France, that's their first power play goal of the tournament as well. Their first on 11 chances. 12 after the first one in the game went to the wayside. Only their 5th goal of the tournament so far. Eriksson Ek with the steal, looking for one shorthanded. Couldn't get it through the net. 50 seconds left to go on the power play. Coming in, shot goes way wide. Kept in there by Beltran. Try to play it out. Eriksson Ek with the steal. Clado has it in front. Good chance stopped. Good blocker save there from Lehner. Padet cuts to the net. Tried to go short side. Lehner doesn't move. Good save. 25 seconds left to go in the power play. Nicklas Backstrom will not be the player that comes out of the penalty box. He was got a game misconduct on that 5-minute major as well. Final seconds of the power play coming in. Padet, backhander shot, scores! At the end of the power play, another goal for France. Jordan Padet. A good move in tight to get around the defense. Beats Robin Lehner, and France needed probably a couple of goals from that power play situation, and they got that. The first coming on the 5-on-3, the second here at the end of the 5-on-4. I don't think it'll count as a power play goal, but for all intents and purposes, it was certainly a goal with a man advantage, with the Swedish player not back into the play, and France doing everything they needed to in that situation. They came out of the first down by 3, get gifted some penalties. The big 5-minute major to Backstrom, as well as the 5-on-3. And they come away with it now, making this a 1-goal hockey game, and we'll see if that goes to their legs. Possibly a big turning point here for France. Sweden will need to respond. Here's Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad cut back, and he's forced out of the zone. It's amazing what a couple of goals against an opponent like Sweden can do to a team. Watch that. Goals go to their legs, confidence go to their head, and see what they can do here. There's a block from Rek right in front. Tries to play it out, but it's kept in by Pettersson. Pettersson can't get around. Good play by Rek. Gets it out to center. Sweden forced to regroup. Pettersson comes in. Pettersson, good stick by Baudin, steals that from him. Pettersson still on it though, steals it right back. Kicks it back to the point, kept in by Hedman. Penalty coming, it'll be against France. Zibanejad spins around in front, tried to get a shot, it's knocked down. France will touch up. And with multiple penalties to Sweden, had to be assumed that the next one would be to France. That is the case, it'll be Johan Marin on the hold. This is a similar penalty to what Jonas Brodin got called for here, so that call goes both ways. As Sweden now will get a chance to get one back with their own power play. Bellemare, Roussel, we see them a lot in these games for France on the power play, on the penalty kill, and of course at 5-on-5. They're both out there for the start of this power play. As Sweden forced to come back in now. Nylander in front to Landeskog. Good shot, stopped. Knocked away into the corner. Zibanejad recovers. To the point. Pettersson. Zibanejad straight on. Good glove by Ylonen. Sweden have not had a lot of chances on the power play. 1 for 5 coming into this game. This is their first in this matchup here. Minute 18 left on it. 6:41 left to go in the second. Good recovery there from Sweden off the draw. Loss from the point shot and scores. Elias Pettersson gets one back on the power play. It was a face-off win from France, but a quick recovery from Sweden. They get the puck back to the point. Karlsson to Pettersson. And you see the screen there in front. Pettersson takes full advantage. Winds and fires a bomb from the point. Gets through the screen, past Ylonen. And Sweden gets one of those goals back. They've made it a 2-goal game now. Burakovsky coming in. That shot goes wide. Talking about how well France did capitalizing on their chance. A big chance there for Sweden to take some of that momentum away. And they were able to do just that there on the power play. Burakovsky recovers the puck off the shot. Burakovsky comes out in front, but he's knocked away. Beltran on it now for France. Beltran was it back, tried to go to the point, but he missed. And it'll come all the way back down into the French zone. First one out of V2. Digging at it, Landeskog. Burakovsky comes out, plays it back. Karlsson. Eriksson Ek to the corner for Burakovsky. Has to walk out in front. He's forced to the outside, though, to the point. Karlsson. And for Eriksson Ek, a backhander misses. Landeskog first one on it. Back to Burakovsky. Has Bozon all over him. Plays it into Landeskog. Landeskog skating around the outside. Goes back to the point. Hits off a body and just comes out. Face off outside the French zone 1 by Boudreau. Gets the return pass, charges in. Boudreau, the Gutiérrez shot, good save. Didn't get much on that, but good direction as Leonard had to go against his momentum there. Boudreau cuts out in front. Boudreau with a shot. Bumped down by Leonard, decides to keep play moving. 3 minutes left to go in the second. Jonas Brodin for Sweden. Charging end to end. Brodin cuts in, shoots wide. Nylander wins the race to the puck. He's pinned up against the boards, kicks it out for Lindholm, but Gutiérrez gets it back. Gutiérrez got the Claro. Claro it in for France. Curls back, looks to the point. Skates back there. Lays it for Gibby. Gibby comes in, shakes it on, and just shoots it wide. Had a good look there at the blocker's side, but missed the net. Leonard will pick up the puck off the boards and hang on. 1:49 left to go in the second period. Elias Lindholm, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare on this face-off to the right of Leonard. Bellemare wins it. Texier looking for Roussel, tried to go for a shot, but it was poked away from him. William Nylander on it for Sweden. Nylander cutting in. He's stick check from behind by Roussel, but they keep it in. Lindholm. Ekholm tried to get through. That's blocked. Kept in by Nylander. Into Ekholm. He's being poked at. Puck is loose in front, but Thierry's on it. Thierry up to Texier. Texier, quick shot. Knocked away. Texier follows up. Can't get past Ekholm, though. So try to play it out of the zone. Turn back in, though. Texier plays it in. Lindholm was spinning around. Lost control. Leonard will have to recover and hang on here, with 11 seconds left to go in the second. Alexandre Texier looking for his second goal of the game there. Was forced Leonard to make a nice save. Top line will stay on for France here late in the period. Bellemare loses the draw, though, and Sweden able to get out. Maybe a final chance for them. Ekholm looking for the one-timer was Forsberg, couldn't get it through, and that'll do it for the second. An eventful second period. Nicholas Backstrom has been ejected. France taking advantage after a second penalty. Went to Jonas Brodin. That got them to a 5-on-3 situation. They were able to get one in the 5-on-3, a second at the end of the 5-on-4. Brought it to 3-2, but then that goal right there from Elias Pettersson on a Swedish power play gets one of those goals back for Sweden. They'll head into the third up by 2. We see with the 5 minutes of power play time, including some time at 5-on-3, that France was able to cut into that gap and shots. That's tied 21-21 after 2. Sweden looked like they were going to run away with it in the first. Have been caught slightly here in the second. They have a 2-goal lead to take with them into the third period. Third period set to go. Quarterfinal matchup against Canada waits the winner of this one. Pettersson drops it for Zibanejad. Zibanejad comes straight in, hits the post. Klingberg on it. Pettersson, Zibanejad shoots it, hit the post again. 2 early posts for Zibanejad, a third chance. This one kept out by Ylonen. Zibanejad still on it. Sweden has come out here with a vengeance in the third. Mika Zibanejad, 2 posts and forces a big save in a minute. Big hit there. Separates Antoine Roussel from his hockey stick, and Sweden is coming out possessed here. Zibanejad another chance. That one significantly wide. Now the end up to Bellemare. French trying to just survive this early pressure. Gets a chance from Texier that doesn't get through. Klingberg has to avoid that discarded stick. He does. Comes end to end. Klingberg played it in for Arvidsson, was there. Vanavia, got to get that away from him. Paredes Bellemare. Up to Tim Bozon. Bozon coming in. Takes the shot. Stopped. Play to the corner. Perret. Let it go around behind, but Nylander stuck with him, forcing the turnover. Play it up to the slot. It hits that stick. Rattling around that discarded Antoine Roussel stick. And just about able to keep the puck into the zone for France. But now via Nata Perret. Perret taken out along the boards by Klingberg. Bozon comes in. They steal it from Hedman. Good steal from him. Bozon now around behind the net. A chance for Belton. Hits the side of the net. Bozon comes in. Shoots it just wide. Nylander finds the loose puck. Goes across to Arvidsson as Sweden tries to come out of the zone. Back to Nylander. He'll skate it out. William Nylander up the left side. He's hit coming in. Risky play there from an Alvian, but it worked. Alvian comes in, digs it free of that scrum. Plays it up to Beltran. Now to Bozon. Bozon stops up. Poked off of his stick. Bozon steals it back. Spins it towards the net. Good block. Landeskog on it. Skates it out of the Swedish zone. Across all three lines into the attacking end. Landeskog to the corner. Sends it out in front, but intercepts that. He's being pressured from behind. Deals with it though. Plays it up to Bougreau, who's hit hard. Big shot there from Matthias Ekholm. Sweden's had a couple of big hits in this one. Arvidsson, 2 goals in the game, coming in, takes the shot off the blocker. Hampus Lindholm came in. There was a bit of a late hit, but no call. Arvidsson's shot deflects off the blocker. Bougreau plays that through. He's pinned up against the boards. Landeskog able to steal. Landeskog in front of Arvidsson. Arvidsson to the side for Eriksson Ek. Sweden passing it around now, but Ekholm has that puck stolen from him by Claro. Claro to Gutig. That's poked away. And Sweden coming back. Matthias Ekholm charging in, gets the shot blocked. Up loose in front, but Claro finds that. Gutig on it, crosses center, dumps it down. Good work by Sweden to survive that early flurry from Sweden. Shot gone wide. Now settled in here, and chances on both ends as France down by 2. Playing it up to Bougreau, coming in up the right side. Bougreau double teamed into the corner, knocked down. Burakovsky coming in for Sweden. Can't quite get past the defense. Forced in behind the goal line. Burakovsky still battling, wins the puck. Plays it up to Eriksson Ek. He's poked away. Halfway through the third. Gavey on it for France. Up to Douai. Douai drop pass, missed. Bougreau hits that loose stick again. That still hasn't been able to be cleared as there's been no whistle so far. Erik Karlsson skating up. Karlsson looking end to end here. Vintage Erik Karlsson, a chance. It just about squeezed through, and Ylonen able to keep those pads together and hang on. Vintage Erik Karlsson there going end to end and creating his own offensive chance. As we look at that double hit, it was Burakovsky and Erik Karlsson, just both of them sandwiching in. The French player to force a turnover. A big hit there. We've seen that side of Sweden. Maybe not necessarily part of their usual makeup as that physical game. But they've shown they can certainly hang with any team in the tournament physically, especially in this game. Jakob Silfverberg coming in for Sweden as William Karlsson going to the net. Silfverberg shot it off the post. Third post of the period for Sweden. Silfverberg into Eriksson Ek. Gets poked away from him. That was Belmar. Belmar hit by William Karlsson. Puck is free for Eriksson Ek, and Karlsson got an extra hit on Belmar after he got up, and that'll be an interference call. First hit was fine, but with the loose puck there, Karlsson backs in, and referees won't fall for that. Very clearly interference there on William Karlsson. He tried to get away with it. We've seen interference called very tightly in this tournament. And now France, who already has a power play goal, will look to get within one with one here. Shot there, 1 for 3 on the game, but 12 shots across those 3 power plays. 2 of those came in that 5-minute major situation with the 5-on-3 tacked on. I'll find a way in, but turned back by Jakob Silfverberg. Silfverberg coming in short-handed, gets a chance, good save. Silfverberg still on it, to the point for Hedman. It's forced past him, as he'll come back for it. Good work on the penalty kill here for Sweden, killing time in the offensive zone now. Brodin comes in. Brodin still with the puck. Brodin battling through a couple of checks here. Excellent work from Jonas Brodin. Elias Lindholm came in, couldn't get it free, and now here comes France up ice. Only 30 seconds left in the power play. The drop pass doesn't work. It comes all the way back into the French zone. Or Roussel will have to recover. Roussel to Bellemare. Bellemare hits Hedman. Final seconds of the power play. France looked good in their power plays for a lot of this game, but really haven't gotten any chances on this one. Zovitu's shot at the end is going to be the only one they see. Roussel, Bellemare, trying to get a shot, knocked down. France's second goal came at the end of a power play. Had a decent chance there at the end of that one, but now Sweden on it. We're back to 5-on-5. Zibanejad in for Hampus Lindholm. He can't get the shot through. 4:30 left to go in the third. Alex Texier coming in. Texier can't get around. Stolen by Hampus Lindholm. Lindholm to William Karlsson. Karlsson stops up, looks to the corner, gets there, and Texier forces the turnover. Edouard Bellemare tried to play it across, intercepted by Pettersson. Now William Karlsson. Karlsson coming in to Pettersson, a shot blocked. Antoine Roussel crosses center, he's hit. Won't get any farther than that as he's knocked down again. Roussel's taken a couple of big hits in this one. Slow to get up this time. He'll stay in the play though as Hampus Lindholm has it for Sweden. Final 3 minutes, Lindholm. Sweden up by 2. Lindholm killing time in the offensive zone here. Bellemare comes back for it and gets the steal. Beltran to Roussel. Roussel a little slow moving. It's been a long shift for him. He took that big hit as well as these top guys for France are being called upon late. Zibanejad almost forced that turnover. Forsberg will try to take advantage. Can't quite get through. Minute 35 left to go in the third. Forsberg with the steal. Forsberg forced to the corner. Still on it, battling. Revitu comes back to help. He's pinned up against the boards. Sweden watching the clock tick down here with the puck 200 feet away from their own net. There goes Ylonen to the bench. France down by 2. Now with the extra attacker. Roussel spins and fires and scores! Antoine Roussel! Mentioned earlier that this top line for France had not had a goal coming into this game. This their second. Earlier was Texier, and now in a 6-on-5 situation, Roussel gets on the board early in the final minute. About 49 seconds left on the clock, and France all of a sudden is within 1. France making things very interesting here. Ylonen back to the bench. 6-on-5 again. Shot on. Stopped by Lanner. And he hangs on. I said in these playoff situations I'd get a little more active with the coaching. And this seemed like a situation, probably should have done it right immediately after the goal, that both sides would be fairly likely to take a timeout, especially the French, with their top players having just been on the ice for a while there. So what I'll do is I'll trigger that timeout myself. There's a lot of spots here, especially with the ways the goalies get pulled and the lack of timeout calls you simply wouldn't see in a regular scenario. So I'll just call that timeout. Be beneficial for both teams, and whoever they decide to put on the ice will be them. I won't interfere with that, but let's just make sure we get that timeout with less than a minute to go, and the goalie pulled a face-off in the offensive zone, you would absolutely see a timeout from France there. So I think it's fair of me to trigger that and get that fatigue taken away for their top players that are going to need to be on the ice for this. There's the timeout called. Less than a minute to go. 6 on 5, 42 seconds left, 41.8 to be specific. That .2 could be important. We've seen that before. Good defensive zone draw win from Sweden. They'll have a look at the open net. Pettersson trying to find his way through. He's turned back. Roussel played up the boards, intercepted. Now Pettersson gets another chance at the net. He scores. Elias Pettersson, second goal of the game. He got what right now stands as the game winner with that power play goal. And now the empty netter, hopefully for Sweden, seals it. 2 big goals in this one for Elias Pettersson. France has stuck right with this Swedish team, taking advantage of their opportunities. And they have themselves within one with less than a minute to go, but an empty netter there. Could pretty well have sealed it for Sweden. Pettersson coming in again with the goaltender in the net this time. He makes the save. Final 20. France dumping it in. That was Roussel. Back for it is Forsberg. He's pushed out there by Texier. They get possession. There goes Ylonen to the bench again. Oh, Belmar shoots, save, rattles in front, and Leonard swats it out of the air. And Pettersson's about to complete the hat trick. It's over. Okay. Pettersson clearly watching the clock. Me, not so much. Sweden survives a valiant effort from France. And they will move on to the quarterfinals. Not as easy as a road as they maybe thought it would be. France's top line finally clicks at the end of the tournament for them. Texier with a goal, Roussel with that one late that gave them life, but the Swedish offense just too much to handle in this one. Elias Pettersson with the power play goal. That was the 4th goal for Sweden. Ends up being the game winner. He gets the empty netter as well. You look at the 3 stars here. William Nylander's 3 assists earns him the 3rd star. Victor Arvidsson had the first 2 goals for Sweden. 2 of the first 2 goals for Sweden. Two of the first 3 is what I meant to say. Hat-trick watch right from the start there, but couldn't quite find a way to get that 3rd one. And Elias Pettersson. Just talked about him. He'll be credited with the game winner for that power play goal there. Tacks on the more important than they would have expected empty net goal at the end. And Sweden will move on, advance to the quarterfinals where they will face Canada. A hard-fought battle, though, from France. Easily their best game of the tournament. But just not quite enough. France eliminated as Sweden takes this one 5-3.